So dear students, we were discussing about commutative property of vectors. See, the resultant vector will be the same even if vector A is shifted to place on vector B. See, note that the resultant, which is represented by vector R, is equal in both magnitude and as well as direction. That is, vector A is equals to vector R is equals to vector A plus vector B. On the other hand, we can say that vector B is vector R is equals to vector B plus vector A. So vector A plus vector B is equals to vector B plus vector A. That's what I want to intend you. Show commutative property of vector is this relation, means that is vector A plus vector B is equals to vector B plus vector A is said to be a relation of addition that proves that the vector are commutative. The property that the vector addition is independent of the order in which the vectors are added is called commutative property of vectors addition. Children, as you all know that about the commutative law in mathematics, perhaps you all are familiar about commutative law, associative law. Commutative law, what it was? That is A plus B is equals to B plus A. That is commutative law. So the same law is also applicable for vectors. Let us see next property, that is associative property of vectors. Children, as you all know that in mathematics you have been studied about associative law. If three numbers, or you may say three positive numbers or three integers, that is A, B and C, are said to be associative if A plus B in one bracket plus C out of bracket is equals to A plus in bracket B plus C. That is what the associative property implies. Let us consider this is vector A, here it is vector B, this is vector C. For associative property of vector, you have to consider minimum three vectors. That is, here we have taken vector A and vector B and vector C. These are the three vectors. See, we have placed the tail of vector B to the head of vector A. So what will be its resultant? Its resultant will be taken in the opposite order. That is what here third line represent. That is A plus B. See, this is another vector C, and what will be its resultant? Its resultant will be vector OR taken in the opposite order. What will be the magnitude of vector R, which gives the resultant of all these vectors, that is vector A, vector B and vector C. So resultant of all these vectors will be equals to vector R is equals to vector A plus vector B in one bracket and out of bracket plus vector C. That is the sum of first two vector and then after the sum of third one. See, on the other hand, suppose this is vector A, this is vector B and this one is vector C. So when we place the tail of vector C to the head of vector B, then what will be its resultant? Its resultant will be vector B plus vector C. In the same way, let us place this the magnitude of vector B and C to vector A then what will be the resultant? Resultant will be OR, that is resultant of vector A and vector B plus vector C will be is equals to, vector R is equals to vector A plus in bracket vector B plus vector C. So here in both the cases, vector A plus vector B plus vector C is equals to vector A plus vector B plus vector C. Both are same. That is what this associative property of vector means. Note that the resultant vector R is equal in both magnitude and direction. In both the cases, the magnitude of you may say the resultant of in both the cases is equal, and that is why they are said to be associative property of vectors. Here it is given, that is the above relation of addition prove that the vectors are associative. So this is the appropriate figure. Next, this was about triangle law of addition of vector. Now the second one, that is parallelogram law of vector addition. Let us see in this law, if the two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is represented completely by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the starting point of the vector. Here, children, as you all know that in case of a triangle law of addition of vector, if two vectors are represented by two sides of a triangle, then the resultant of both the vectors will be represented by third side taken in the opposite order. This was the statement of triangle law of addition of vector. But in case of parallelogram law of addition of vector, as per this law, if two vectors is represented by two adjacent side of a parallelogram, then the resultant of both the vectors, according to parallelogram law of vector addition, the resultant in this case will be represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the starting point of the vectors. This is the complete statement of parallelogram law of vector. For example, addition of two vectors, that is vector A and vector B. To add vector B to vector A, move vector B parallel to itself so as to place the tail of B on tail of vector A. This is vector A, this one is vector B. So we have to put tail to tail joining here. In case of parallelogram law of vector, tail of second vector is to be joined with the tail of first vector instead of head of first vector. This is the difference between triangle law and parallelogram law of addition of vector. So what will be its resultant? Its resultant will be represent as per the statement. Its resultant, first of all you have to make a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. Then the resultant of vector A and vector B will be represented by diagonals. So what would be the diagonals of this parallelogram? Very good, OR. So OR will be the resultant of vector A and vector B, that is vector R is equals to vector A plus vector B. So complete the parallelogram O, Q, R, P. Draw the diagonal passing through the what we have did. This is the step by step meaning. Draw the diagonal passing through the common point O, meeting point of tails. The diagonal represents the resultant or sum of the given two vectors. Note that the resultant is the same as obtained by triangle law. In both the cases resultant will be same, but this resultant is you have to evaluate it by parallelogram law of addition of vectors, and in triangle law of addition of vectors, what resultant was there? See, resultant, that is vector r will be is equals to vector a plus vector b. Here in this case also resultant is same for vector a and b. Resultant is same, that is vector r is equals to vector a plus vector b. So resultant, the same result in is there is no any kind of difference between the resultant in case of either parallelogram law of vectors or triangle law of addition of vectors. Result will be same, that is the resultant will be same. The two vectors are represented by the adjacent side of parallelogram and the resultant is given by the diagonal. So this method is known as parallelogram method of vector addition. So the third one is polygon law of vector addition. If a number of vectors can be represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of a polygon, you know about polygons, a simple closed figure made up with the help of 3 or more line segments is said to be a polygon. Triangle is also a polygon. Even quadrilateral is also a polygon. Pentagon is also a polygon. So you all are familiar about it. That so taken in the same order, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of the parallelogram taken in the opposite order. Suppose you had made a parallelogram having more than 3-4 sides. So the the sides which is closing the parallelogram, that is last side, will gives the taken in the opposite order will gives the resultant of all the vectors taken in the opposite order. Suppose this is vector A, vector B, vector C. So this is vector B placed over vector A. Resultant will be vector A plus vector B. Very good. Next, see, this is vector C. What would be the resultant? OR will be the resultant. That is vector R is equals to vector A plus vector B plus vector C. Suppose there is another vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D, vector E. There are more than 3 vectors. So the last line gives the resultant of these vectors, that is vector A, vector B, vector C, vector D and vector B is this shape is just like a polygon. So the last side, the side which close this parallelogram as per the statement is to be resultant of all these vectors. So resultant R, here vector is represented by last line. Note, the triangle law of vector addition follow from parallelogram law of vector addition. So according to parallelogram law of vector addition, OA plus OB is equals to OC. Since in the parallelogram the opposite sides are equal, this is the property of a parallelogram, that is in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal in length as well as they are parallel to each other. They represents equal vector, that is OB is equals to AC. Hence OA plus AC is equals to OC. It is the triangle law of vector addition. Now let us see, this was something about addition of vectors. So far we have studied there are two methods of addition of vector. First one is triangle law of addition of vector, and in this we have studied about some properties, that is associative properties of addition of vector and commutative property of addition of vectors. And then after we have studied about third property, that is polygon law of addition of vectors. So this was all about addition of vectors. Now we have to discuss subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vectors can be defined by vector addition of one vector with negative vector of other one. Like for example, subtraction of vector b from A can be represented as, this is vector A, vector B. What would be the difference between vector A and B? So see, the direction of vector B has been changed. So vector B now becomes minus vector B. So when you add both A, vector A and minus vector B, so what we will get? We will get the resultant OR, that is vector A minus vector B is represented by third side, that is vector A minus vector B. Actually this is vector A plus in bracket minus vector B. So on the other hand, if two vectors are equal, then their difference is 0. That's what this so this is all about subtraction of vector. Now next, that is last point we have to discuss, that is relative velocity. Relative velocity, dear students, it is just a comparison of two velocities, or you may say, for studying relative velocity there must be at least two objects. One is moving with respect to other, or other one is moving with respect to first one, or both are moving in same direction or in opposite direction, or one is at rest, other one is moving with respect to first one, or second body is at rest, first one is moving. So these all velocities are termed as relative velocity. So dear students, suppose that two objects, that is A and B, are moving with velocities VA and VB each with respect to some common frame of reference, say ground, then velocity of vector A relative to the velocity of vector B will be is equals to, that is VAB is equals to VA minus VB. Similarly, velocity of object B with respect to velocity of object A can be represented as VBA. Here VBA stands for velocity of object B with respect to velocity of object A. Clear? And what does VAB means? Dear students, VAB, V stands for velocity. What VAB means? VAB stands for velocity of object A with respect to velocity of object B. So velocity of B relative to velocity of A will be VBA is equals to VB minus VA. See, VBA is equals to VB minus VA can further be written as VBA is equals to minus in bracket VA minus VB. ऐसा हम लिख सकते हैं ना, VBA is equals to minus in bracket VA minus VB. We can write. Got my point? Very good. So, but from velocity of object A with respect to velocity of object B, that is VA minus VB is equals to VAB. So we can substitute VAB at the place of VA minus VB. So finally we will get VAB is equals to minus VBA. And what will be its magnitude? Magnitude will be VAB is equals magnitude of VAB is equals to magnitude of VBA. They are opposite in direction, but the magnitude in both the cases will be same. So children, this is all about relative velocity. So far in today's class we have discussed about multiplication of vector with real number, Then we have to discuss the addition of vectors. There are two laws, you may say three laws, that is, one is triangle law of addition of vector, second one is parallelogram law of addition of vector, and third one was polygon law of addition of vector. And after that we have discussed about subtraction of vectors, and at last we have discussed some important concepts about relative velocity. So now this is the time for today's home assignment. Today you are supposed to do the following things in your classwork notes. That is, you have to explain the following questions. That is, you have to explain the following points. Point number 1, that is multiplication of vector by a real number. Second one is addition and subtraction of vectors. All the laws of addition you have to write down in your classwork, and you have to write down examples too. Then after we have discussed relative velocity. So this is all about today's class. Now dear students, in next class we will start a new topic, that is resolution of a vector in a plane. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.